Hello, everybody. I am SSD Showstopper, and today is the 3rd of April 2024. Now, I have been extremely busy. I'm feeling much better. I did my detox, and I think it's a 2 days worth of fasting that I'm actually on. And so today is the other day apart from the day before, but I split it. I split it, like I'm back on a diet and then I'm back on a fasting and detoxing again. I don't know if that's right, but that's a procedure I am currently trying. But I'm feeling a lot better. So thanks to all those who wish me well. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. And also those who have subscribed to my channel and all of that good stuff. Thank you so much. But here's the thing that I want to speak on, because I'm trying to make myself as available as possible, because I have so much things that I'm dealing with, and it's taking up it's taking up a lot of my time. So I'm trying my best to be available as much as possible. But here's the thing that I realize, that's on social media. A lot of persons are coming for Sir P. A lot of vloggers out there are coming for Sir P, who is from Politricks Watch. That's the Phantom guy. I call him Phantom because we don't know who he is. He's in an alternated voice and all these kind of things. And because of such, I don't know if it's a man or woman. I believe it's more than one individual. However, they call him Sir P from Politricks Watch. So a lot of persons have been coming for him and have been attacking him, saying that he's giving out false information and referring to Sir P as Batman, this and that. And you know, the usual caustic words, the usual insulting and disrespectful words that are used to describe people that Jamaicans are known for. That's what they are saying, because he spoke on Vibes Cartel, and to them, he was campaigning for the Privy Council to look into Vibes Cartel imagery and reputation as an artist, and use that to say that they are going to keep him inside in prison, that is, are incarcerated. And so they have a vendetta against Sir P. And so with this whole Bright Light situation, wherein the owner of Bright Light came forward after Sir P did a video on him and saying that, you know, they have cremation places where they lost people body, and his supposedly involvement with Nick Photo Works, a guy who went missing and was never found. And it was reported that there was some gang feud or something, that, you know, he saw, he took some photos and all these kind of things. Now, Sir P has dropped an F-bomb, and because he dropped the information, it created unease for many persons. And so the funeral director who has been implicated in this have come forward and give a report, and, you know, trying to clear his name and stuff like that, and make himself available, that you can contact him if you want more information and all of that. But my argument is that a lot of persons are coming for Sir P and attacking him and saying that he's giving out false information, and that he doesn't fact check. He doesn't fact check things, and he doesn't try to find out what's truth from what's not, and all of that. Now I'm looking into it, and I remember years ago when I did a video. The first time I addressed Sir P, I did, and it's on my YouTube channel to this day, and I think it has the most views. But I spoke about Sir P when he made a video and he was addressing the Tivoli Gardens residents and stuff like that. And I said, I captioned my video, my message to Sir P in regards to the Tivoli Gardens resident. And they misinterpret, his followers misinterpret my message, because he was speaking on the crime, violence, and acidic community. And I was referring to who put them in that position. It's their duty to take them out of that situation. Not only that, you have to look at the oldest person in the community and regard that as the amount of time it's going to take to revamp, rejuvenate, reinvent, reprogram, reevaluate the mind, so that people there can start functioning and see themselves more than the condition that they are in, so as to be productive members of society. His followers misinterpret all my information, all the things that I've said, basically, and they went in on me. They started attacking me. They're going on my physical appearance and all of that. Good thing is that, hey, I'm a damn good looking girl, you understand? And so they didn't have much to work with other than makeup and my eyebrow and all these things. One and two persons came out and they were commending me. They were saying that they were actually surprised by the way how I spoke, because they thought that it was something else that I was going to say, or I was going to deliver the message in a more vulgar tone. So they had ignored the video all along. But actually, when they clicked on it and they realized that, okay, I'm hitting major points, or my argument seems to have some sort of credibility, so they decided that, okay, they will listen further and stuff like that. And it happens, you know, sometimes people are turned off by people who they deem are coming at or are pushing back at their person who they support or their vlogger who they support. But when they decide that, okay, let's give it an ear and listen to what the person has to say, you realize that they're actually dropping some groundbreaking information, or they actually take you by surprise in a positive way. So no, when I gave that information and they decided that they were going to come at me in support of Sir P, to the point where I actually had to upload another video and I was going at the persons who were coming at me. But I just think that it was counterproductive, and so I decided that I was going to delete it because it made no sense me going back and forth with these type of people. You understand? And so from then on, I just realized that Sir P has a cultic followers just the same, who decide to follow him to the end of the earth, whether or not they believe he's right or whether he is wrong. But I can say this, my reason for doing this video right now is, at the end of the day, Sir P throughout the years have given credible information, has given groundbreaking information, and also have taken his time out to analyze a lot of things that take place in society in regards to crime and violence, and how he delivers his information onto people. Those are two key things that he worked on. And it wasn't done in a short space of time. It was done over a certain time period. So it wasn't just about speaking on news, speaking on crime. It was actually analyzing the mind of individuals who decide to choose a life of crime. People who are esteemed individuals, credible people who you like, people who you look up to, people you emulate, people you support, people who you believe are of high value individuals in society. He decided to give background information on these individuals and show that they are actually of questionable character, they're actually of ill report, they are actually not who they portray themselves to be, they are actually some sort of charlatan. And because of that, that was what gained the large amount of followers that Sir P have accumulated over a certain time period. Now, I'm saying that to say this. I can support an individual who goes out and decide that they're going to inject their version of what they can do in an innovative way in order to curtail, in order to suppress, in order to diminish or lessen crime. I can respect that. However, a person who seems to be a phantom, a person who seems to hide behind screen, is someone that I really cannot take serious. And I say that to say this. You could be anybody. You could be someone who's an ex-con. You could be someone who's a pedophile. You could be someone who's coming from any area, but because you don't want to be judged or you don't want to be ostracized or persecuted the way how many would deem you have persecuted others, you rather stay in recluse, you rather stay in silence, you rather stay hiding, that is, or stay in a cave, or stay with a cape behind you, or in front of you, a cape in front of you, and then you just drop information on just about anybody. And that's what creates the major unease in society. But I can understand why Sir P has made a decision to do that, because upon coming forward, he would not have lasted this long, because people would have tried to taint him. People would have made up stories saying that he's this and he's that, when he could very well be a decent, regular, law-abiding citizen. Also, he has a family that he has to protect. So these are very dangerous people that he has spoke about over the years. It's not just artists, but also people who are involved in crime. People who have made crime a career for themselves. Business people, politicians also. These are number of people, the various persons who he has called out on his channel. And because of such, I can respect why he stays hiding his identity, because he has himself to protect, and he also has his family to protect. And because of such, we can understand. But at the end of the day, persons will question, who is this individual who is behind the curtains saying all of these things about people, right? I say that because people are wondering. I myself is wondering also, and you can't fault people to want to know who is this person who is giving all of this type of information. I looked into it, and I remember when Sir P was speaking on the situation, the whole thing with Shabdown, with Squash, with the Six, with the this, the that, and all these kind of things. And I remember a lot of persons were saying that leave that conversation alone, leave that topic alone. And Sir P went in, and he was speaking and decided to highlight the whole entire imagery of Shabdown, or the reputation reputation or the character, I'm sorry, of Shabdan from Shabdan Records and all of these things. And people were saying, stop. And then he was saying he's the boss and Squash had to have to answer to him. And then, he started saying something in reference to Shabdan having something to do with the death of Squash brother, and Squash did a song about it, and then Sir P hit back at Squash and saying that Teletubby go and sit down, you can't do this to Shabdan, you can't do anything. And I remember from there, that was like a catalyst that started the entire gang war, that started an entire gang war, or it pivoted then because something was already taking place. So I will not put that on Sir P alone. Something was already taking place while Squash came about, was recording, was this, that, was popular on social media, Shabdan himself, all of that. Something was already taking place. Crime was already taking place. Something was already brewing. People were being killed. So I will not put that on Sir P alone. However, what I am trying to say is that when he started linking like you're trying to instigate rather than give information, it kind of pivot the brewing of crime or the gang feud that took place. It kind of made it spiral out of control. And we can safely say that the information that Sir P gave had a lot to do with it. The information that Sir P gave had a lot to do with it. No, you as an individual, I can't put it, like I said, I cannot put it totally on Sir P because you as an individual, you are responsible for your own actions. It cannot be a case wherein someone can provoke you to go and kill. Someone can provoke you to take out people. Someone can provoke you. Someone can provoke you to turn to a life of crime and promoting it. You understand me? I'm putting it out there. And then you're proliferating this type of imagery that this is okay to the younger generation. So you have a moral responsibility also. So I will not put it all entirely on Sir P. But I remember it and I was started to question, is it information or is it instigation? And so when we are talking about fighting crime and we are doing this, we all understand that there's also a method in crime that is a psychological part of it, that you can set two enemies against each other. And when you set them against each other, it makes it easier for those who are in the business of solving crime to get to the nitty gritty. Because if I separate them, it's easier to catch one and chase the other. You understand? And I think that's a method that was being used by Sir P. However, looking into this, every man is responsible for their actions. You have a moral responsibility as an individual. So if it's a case wherein your name is being called and you're being implicated in things like these, you have to check yourself, you have to check your circle, you have to check your space. None of us are perfect as human beings. And with that being said, it's no excuse for bad behavior because you are imperfect. As a matter of fact, it's no excuse for intended bad behavior, for voluntary bad behavior, for committing crime to people, or crime against other persons. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. So with that being said, I understand where Sir P is coming from. I don't trust the entire shadow individual of this all, but we as citizens of this country have a moral responsibility. The onus is not on politicians. The onus is not on law enforcement officers. The onus is not on everybody else except the man in the mirror. So at times we have to check ourselves. We have to check what we stand for and what we represent and take it from there. Remember, I speak about a course need to be done on respect in all academia, not just high school, not just primary, prep, kindergarten, not just college, but also every academia that there's something being taught there. There needs to be a continuous course on respect because the society simply cannot continue like this. That's all I have to say about this situation. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.